Hello.
You're on mute. Like,
I know that's because I was telling my cats off because the little one was like hassling the big one, and it sounds like they're doing something ghastly, so I had to mute it. And in absolute love, tell them very sternly to knock it off. Pretty much. How is everyone? Welcome, everyone. How are you today, Angela?
well,
Great,
Hi,
thank you,
Angela.
Brooke. Hi, Stathi. Hope
Hey,
everyone
man.
else is good out there.
Hey, Mandy. Hey, Cindy. Cindy who?
Mandy, Ben, Cindy, Ben, Mandy, Ben.
People, please share us out if you have not, just to show that you care. And whoever gets the most shares will be much appreciated. You thought I was going to say get a guaranteed reading, didn't you? Yeah, I don't know. Anything could happen. The show is still young at the moment. So, people, I'm just going to share myself out and do a couple of things. If you guys would like to say something,
Something.
well done. That's it. That's good value.
Could have taken
You're good
turns.
value, Stathi. Good value, mate.
Like a nice.
Okay.
All I can say is I hope everyone's doing well. And hey, it's been an interesting week, interesting day, interesting moment if one's aware of what one needs to look at. Yeah, interesting energies floating about, interesting moments.
I know. It's always good when everyone's like, well, not losing, but there's been a lot of mix-up, separation happening.
Clearing.
Shedding.
Yeah, good. That's the positive way.
If you look at it as a clearing, and look at it not what's as much as one can look at it externally. For oneself, it's more of a cleansing, clearing, working on disassociating or detaching oneself from the observed, centering oneself, that is clearing oneself, and observing that which is collapsing. The Tower card, as everybody speaks of, being observed.
The Tower card.
Well, it's a big card, big tower.
Yeah. Well, forcible change. Really?
Yes, it's coming. Well, it's occurring. It's observable at this moment. Instead of focusing on that which one is aware of, and get one's focus on oneself. As one is aware of the collapse external, if you look at it as a cleansing or a clearing, removing the old, the attachments, that's occurring at the same time to oneself as well. So the energy shift, if one focuses on oneself, well, one will flow with the energy that is shifting, which is a constant shift as well.
Okay. That's 15 shares. Still going. Oh, I forget which one I posted to. Yep, that'll do.
Same account too.
How's your week been going, Angela? What have you been? How's the energy been for you this week?
I think Stathi actually hit it right on the head. Lots of tower energies, especially for people around me. So yeah, it's been an interesting week. It's definitely been full on, very busy. Yeah. Luckily got the computer going again after my cat sat on it. So
no.
Everything's great.
And the cat's probably like, you don't know what I went through. Those keyboards, they were like just not in the right place. It was very traumatic.
I think he thought it was nice and warm and comfy, actually. So it's like, Mum spends more time on the computer than she does with me.
Yes. Okay, people, we've got some freebies to give away. I'm going to start with a group reading for the collective. Then we'll go who we're drawn to. As I say, we've got some freebies to give away. But if you want a guaranteed extended reading from all of us, please donate. Exchange of energies. The PayPal's in the show notes, and Cindy will put it up if anyone wants it. I don't know. I haven't got any angels. I've only got me. I can put on a false pair of wings. Isha, if you want me to look like an angel, I can be your angel.
Isn't it wise to actually ask an angel for angel guidance?
Yeah, that's it. So, yeah, well, the angels get the credit for it. What am I? Here, I'll run around.
Ask them directly.
See if you can announce that.
Okay. As soon as I can find my little donger. Here we go.
Should I say, see if you hear the answer, because you will get one.
Okay, people, big breath in, big breath out. Focus on your heart chakra. People, as there's a lot of clearing energies coming up, people, look, just be mindful that stuff's coming up for everyone at the moment. People are projecting, stuff's coming up. So there's a lot of heartache around between friends, families, all sorts of stuff, because as the times are shifting, as everything's shifting, and the frequencies raise and the frequencies fly around, a lot of people's stuff is coming to the surface. So now's the time when you're going to be hearing some stuff that you're like, holy shit, how come you never told me that before? And a lot of people, what I'm getting at is there's going to be pressure on the heart in the times now and times to come. There's going to be a lot of pressure on the heart. And people, what you've got to understand that it's going to feel like it's all put on us, and people are dumping on us, and people are attacking us. But people, what we've got to understand is it's not all our stuff at the moment. It's just people releasing their stuff. It's people projecting their stuff, and we should worry more about our stuff, because some people, the people I've been talking to, and it's happened to myself, is there's been people under attack, people under fire. People saying really hurtful things about other people. Okay, this is happening all around at the moment, and instead of going like, some of it's shocking, and we go into, that really broke my heart, which it does. At the same time, people, there's a collective going through a shift at the moment. Now, how much do we want to hang on to stuff? Because the more we go well in the me, the more we feed the negativity, the more we go into trauma, the more we put into the collective. So now's the time, if you're one of these people that call yourself a light worker, this is a time where you got to let go of your story, let go of the bullshit, and go, yeah, okay, they're projecting in that. Let's get over my own emotions, and let's try to shift that. Because that's what we want to do. Everything's coming up, we want to clear it, okay, and get back to that heart space. Not that hurting heart space, not that, oh my God, they've been my best friend for ages, and then they said that to me. We're going to get that, people, because people is just what's happening at the moment. Stuff's coming up. Unresolved stuff. Okay, right? People's addictions, people's stuff that they've been hanging on to. Man, it's all coming up here now. Devil card's there, right next to the 3 of hearts, right? 3 swords. So it's going to feel brutal, people. But what we don't want to do is we're going to be in shock, and it's going to take time to grieve. But at the same time, as I'm talking to a lot of people at the moment. And this stuff is around, and it's like there's a big clearing happening, okay? But don't get caught in the trauma. If you can, some of you will. We do. Try and snap yourselves out of it. Those that are strong, those that have been doing the work, okay? Those that are truly been doing the work, those that call themselves light workers, we're going to have to stand strong at the moment, people, because it's all happening everywhere. It's all happening everywhere. I'm just getting. If I talk to most people, they've been through something in the last week or so. Okay, that's been a heart solution. People dying all around the place. Okay, breakups, people's friends, family. Okay, this is what happens when the energies shift. Okay, this is what a lot of you have been training for. Now, time to be the warrior. Okay, the first card I've got is the Seers card. And if I'm not wrong, it says, see beyond your current situation. This is inverted. Okay, this is inverted. It's talking about being in our heads. Okay, so when this stuff comes up, yeah, it's going to throw us. There's going to be emotions. We're going to attach to it, and then we're going to get past that, people. We're going to go ahead and go, okay, let's not feed this. We've got to get through it. Hopefully you've done the work. You know how to detach. You know how to move on. You know how to release, because it's game on at the moment, people. It's really hard. It's just full on. Okay, and which is funny because I've got some people that are just chilled as like chilled bunnies. It's like they did this. It's like they've gone through this in the months coming up, and now they're all chilled. Okay, so it's weird. It's weird how it works, but see beyond a current situation. That means look at the big picture, people. Look at the big picture. What's going on in the whole world and the whole shift at the moment, and we've got to get out of our petty stuff. It does affect us. We're only human, but just try to get it together and keep it together so we don't put more trauma into the collective consciousness. Okay, so that means I've got the Shaolin monk, the Shaolin master. Be graceful in a movement and actions, and the Shaolin master is all about getting out of reaction mode. That means when someone attacks you, when someone projects on you, you don't go, how dare you, rah, 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 and then just keep raising it and building that negative energy. This is the Shaolin master saying, okay, come on, be accountable, be a cool little cucumber. The Seers card inverted, see beyond your current situation and don't go into reaction mode. It's all on, people. It is all on for all of us at the moment. Okay, and you want to release that stuff. Here, look, beautiful. Water Guardians just come straight up. Water Guardian, connect with your emotions. Okay, why do you truly feel that way? And there'll be multiple things. It'll be like, oh yeah, but they hurt my feelings, and it's like we're going to go past that. We're going to get past that. Okay, it's a personal attack, and it feels there's stuff that's going to feel like betrayal. There's stuff that's going to break your heart at the moment. Okay, but we're going to get past that, people. We're going to move on as quick as we can. Those who are able to, please do. And there's going to be people that are going to struggle, but that's okay. We're all here for the human experience, doing our thing. It's time to be mindful of the times that are surrounding us at the moment. Okay, and the last card I've got is the High Priest, intend and create. So intend and create, that means put your intention out there and remind yourself. So when you're tearing up on the couch going, how dare they? And just remind yourself, wait a sec, I said I was going to move past this. God, how do I do that now? I don't feel like doing it, but I'm going to do it anyway. Okay, we're just going to put that intent and then we're going to make it happen, people. Okay, it's not going to be easy. There's always people you can call. Find there are going to be people around that you can talk to. Okay, but people, remain strong, remain centered, remain present. Okay, and do the best that you can do. Okay, that's what I got for collective. I hope that assists you. Has anyone else got anything? Collective?
I just pulled one card from the Light Seers deck, and that was Charity. And I thought I had the page. I was so busy listening to you or zoning into what you were saying then. Here it is. So I'm just going to read the extended message. So the powerful angel Charity is drawing close to you at this time because she has recognized that you have goodness in your heart and you have to put others first. She brings you thanks and support. Move into prayer and meditation with regard to any decisions you have to make at this time. You are being guided to take time to breathe and receive. Know that you will have a real surge of intuition when it is time to move forwards. Thank the angels for guiding you towards your highest good, and welcome charity into this space with you. So it says here, connect with heaven, ask and you shall receive. So as Brooke was saying, if you guys are going through, a bit of a tower moment or a rough time, just ask for that support and ask for anything that you need, and you'll find that it will come along. Just don't lose faith and know that it will be there for you. Okay, guys. Brooke's message was amazing. So, anything you want to add, Stathi?
No. Okay, that's good enough.
Okay, people, we have. Manners. We have. Just get rid of that one. It's pushing up too much, isn't it? Okay. Actually, I might be able to just. Okay, people, we have free reading to give away. I haven't. I'll just check for donations in a second. If you want a guaranteed reading, donate. And right now we have a free bee to give away, courtesy of. Okay, people, so pick a number between 15 and 35, and who gets the lucky number will get the lucky reading. I hope it's lucky. If not, it's on you. That's the spirit, Jenny. Okay, I don't even. What is the number? Cool. My dad's old footy number. If my brother's watching, don't you dare. Hey, Gillian, Jamal. Hey, Nicole. Hey, Brianna. Hey, Maggie. Have another guess, people. Gillian. Hey. You haven't got it yet. Oh, spam, Gillian. Go, girl. Keep guessing, people. Have another go. Well done, Gillian. Well done. Gillian, can you do us a favour? Can you just take a big breath in through your nose? Hold it. Then breathe out through your mouth. And as you breathe out through your mouth, I want you to feel, just imagine all the energy running down into your feet, into the ground. Do that a couple of times. I want you to focus on your heart chakra. Gillian, sometimes things can be shocking. Sometimes there's no words to console when we go through certain stuff. But you know what? The longer we sit there and we worry about how we want things to be, the more burden and the more pressure we can put, the more weight we can put on ourselves. Okay? Feels like there's something sitting on your shoulder. What do you need to do at the moment? What do you need to do? Okay. Look, feels like at the moment, the way you've gone about things, the way that you do things, they're not working. And it feels like I'm getting that you need to start looking in other directions, a way of solving some of these problems. Okay. There's nothing wrong with wishful thinking or positive thinking, but at the same time, there needs to be actions. And at the moment, I'm picturing you mustering up all that you can be, all that you can do. I'm feeling that you really need to start. You need to start, instead of looking back and go, oh God, I can't be stuffed, or God, why is this happening? Okay, I really feel like that you need to empower yourself at the moment, Gillian. You don't need to empower yourself, and you need to start moving forward and thinking, okay, well, what can I do? Is there anything I can play to my strengths, or even this goes beyond that. This goes, when we can stand in our strength, and we always play to our strengths because our strengths are our strengths, and it works for us. But at the moment, I'm feeling that this is more about there's some comfort zones that you need to cross. And it almost feels like you think, well, I shouldn't have to cross those comfort zones, or I shouldn't have to be forced to do anything that I don't want to do. But at the same time, there'll be a drawing and a calling, and in the back of your mind somewhere saying, hey, there's stuff that I need to do. There's stuff that needs to be addressed. Okay, or we can go back into our old cycles. We can sit back and wait for it to blow over and do it how we want to do it, how we feel like there's many options, but you're in the driver's seat at the moment, Gillian. Okay, what do you wish to achieve? What do you wish to achieve? Because at the moment it's about, I still feel really strongly that it's, it shouldn't happen, or things should be this way, but it's not like that anymore. Things have changed, Gillian. Okay? Things have changed, and what we can do is we can I've got the stargazer, set your sights high, that's inverted. I've got stand your ground, that's inverted. Okay, that means that there's, whatever's happened has attacked your self-esteem, your emotions. Yeah. Okay, it's attacked you, but it's like, what are we going to do? Are we going to sit there? Are we going to feed the negative emotions? Are we going to go, woe is me? I mean, we do that, but this is all about, what are you feeding? What are you feeding in your mind? What are you feeding in your heart? Okay, because the middle card I've got is the Lord card, take charge with authority. That's saying, okay, this is the card that says, hey, look, step yourself out of it. Look, I've got the Magician there, so this is showing that you're capable, okay, of making things happen. But holding that inner peace, that inner space, your future, all this stuff is in the flip. All this stuff feels like it's closed down. And I've got authority, and I've got intent, and I've got all this. I've got you in self-judgment, you in all these things. But what happened is you're piling all this on you, going, okay, I just really feel this is time for you to go, hey, look, I've got to make some changes. Okay, because the way it's happening at the moment, you know, a family of no kids. You know, there's a lot of people that can't have children. Okay, I can't have children. Eventually, I had to get over that and get on with my life. Okay, what am I going to do? I'm going to worry about what I can't. Going to worry about something that I can't control. When we focus on what we can't control, what are we doing? We're just digging this big shadow, this big pool of emotions, and we just start digging. I'm not a doctor. Okay? And considering what's going on in the world at the moment, there's other things at play, but I'm not a doctor. But it's time for you at the moment to have a look at, okay, why are you feeling this way? And not externally, not because I can't have kids or I don't know enough about this, or I don't know. Right, this is about going internally, and this is about knowing yourself at the moment. Gillian, I've got your main action card has come up with Water Guardian. Connect with your emotions. This is about, because when we don't connect with our emotions, we basically run on subconscious autopilot based on the trauma and our experience. Okay, we're on autopilot. And the universe, right, not the universe, me, as a representative of me, is asking you now to get in contact with your emotions and start to understand yourself, because it just feels at the moment that you're selling yourself short and you're on this emotional roller coaster, and this isn't going to change until you become the change. Okay, because I've got this feeling of things should be this way, things should be that way. Why isn't things this way? I want things this way. Why can't things be this way? And we've all got preferences, but when we attach to those preferences and we hang on to them as absolutes, all we do is set ourselves up emotionally for stress and misery. Okay? Because it's always when this happens, when that, when in the future, if it was only for this, then I'd be happy. You know, if say you got some of your wishes, that isn't going to make you. If you're not happy now, you're not going to be happy when your wishes come true, when your wants come true. You're still going to be the same. It'll just be another want or another wish. Okay, everyone's sitting in the future. Oh, if I can just get this, then I'm going to be happy. Or when this happens, that will be fulfilling. This is the carrot on the stick that we've got to get past, because I've got to expand your universe. I've got to expand your universe. Okay, and with your main card being the Stargazer sets your sights higher, this is talking about selling yourself short based on the way that you think at the moment. The universe is asking you to get in contact with your emotions, which means you might have to go and see someone. You might have to go and get a mentor. You might have to go and find someone who can deal with that. I know a lot of people. There's some people that can help you with that on my website. There's all sorts of listings of people. Okay, but these are the things that are unresolved. They just eat and eat and eat away at us. And we keep thinking, oh, well, if that happened, then we'd be good. Doesn't work that way. We're going to be happy with ourselves. We're going to be happy with ourselves now, regardless of any situation. We need that inner peace. I've got to take charge with authority. So this card and me is asking you to step up to the plate and find the answers that will actually assist you in helping you to know yourself, so you can get past this, so you don't feel this way. Okay? And your happy card is self-care. Self-care is not an act of selfishness. It's an act of consciousness. This card invites you to prioritize your own self-care. This may feel selfish to you, but in truth, When you attend to your own needs with love and care, you can create the inner wealth that radiates into the world, impacting positively on all that you come into contact with. I hope that assists you, love. This is something we all have to go through at one stage or another.
Did you have anything?
I actually love the fact that Brooke's very last card was self-care. The main message that I got for you was that you're actually struggling with the fact that you've found it hard to find equal give and take from people, so that you feel like the energies that you put out aren't coming back to you, and that I got the Ace of Pentacles here, but I feel like this Ace of Pentacles, you probably can't see, but in the back here there is a field, and in my mind this time, to me, it looked like it hadn't finished being ploughed. I haven't seen it like that before. So in my mind, it seems to me that you are putting off a lot of the things that matter to you and using that time on other people, putting your energy out into other people, other places, other things, when you need to be bringing it back and focusing it on what you need. You can't keep giving to others if you don't fill up your own cup. Okay. I also feel like with the Knight of Swords and the Moon here, I get the feeling that there was a truth that was hidden from you, and that whether it be a truth that you're hiding from yourself or someone close to you has hidden from you and you've just found out recently. I feel like it may have hurt your heart a lot, but I also think you need to just keep in mind that other people's secrets, other people's things that they keep from you, that's to do with them. That's their own deception. That's got nothing to do with you, okay? And if someone has kept something from you, you can't let it cause you grief now. You need to just let go of anything that other people do outside of you, because you can't control that. While I was shuffling your cards, I had the Emperor come out. So I feel very much like you keep trying to control a lot of things, especially to do with people out and things outside of you. So it's really important that you bring your energy back to yourself. I also feel, because I have the Seven of Swords here with the Eight of Wands, that if there has been deception or things around you that you feel that are sneaky, that you need to speak up about them. You need to start maybe being more honest about your needs, your wants, and if you feel like something's not right, don't be afraid to just speak up. And so that's the main message I have for you, because everything else that came out, Brooke said. So please just remember to give back to yourself. Don't worry about anyone else's actions or anything that you feel was deception. And speak your truth. Speak what's in your heart and what matters to you. Okay. Thank you. I hope that assisted you.
I'm only going to work with one part of all of it. You're too focused in your mind on what has happened and what could happen and how it could be. Too much thinking. Seems like thinking too much is for everyone at this moment. Too much thinking on your behalf. You're too far away from yourself. Bring yourself back to yourself. You have a question to ask. Doesn't matter what answer you get. Doesn't matter what opinion you get to that question that you have. You have to make the choice for yourself. No one else can make the decision, and you already know what the decision is. You've already made the choice. Asking to or looking to find if it's the right choice or not, or the right decision, it doesn't matter. If you've made it, which you already have made that decision, it doesn't matter what anyone else thinks. If it's right for you, that's the decision. Don't look for others to give you an answer or to pull you away from it. You're just distracting yourself. That's what I'll say to that.
You waiting on me?
Yeah.
Oh,
You're next.
okay.
You're up.
I'm next.
You're the boss, man. You're the one with the whip here.
Okay. No, I got rid of my whip. It was a horse whip, but the other whip I gave away in my 20s.
So now you've put him off, he doesn't know what to say. He's just thinking about whips.
Who?
You.
Oh, me.
Yeah.
I know what to say. I'm just well, no one's donated, so we have another giveaway, courtesy of the lady with a big heart and the kick-ass boots, and probably does own a whip. Actually, I'd say
So everyone who's just come along,
here we go. G'day Louise, g'day Kirsty, g'day Rachel. Hey Angelita, how you going? I didn't catch much of your show this morning. You're the guy that controls the train called. I'm not in control. I've relinquished control. I'm just floating around in this sea of energy. Well, that's my story. Okay. Are you guys drawn to anyone? Angela, would you like to pick someone?
Oh, whoops. Not sure what I just did then. Oh, I just pressed the wrong button on my computer then.
It'd be funny.
I like Jim Tim. So Jim Tim, I like that name. That's a cool name.
Okay, it's Nicole. It's Nicole Stern. It's a false name.
Oh, hi Nicole. I like Jim Tim. That's cool.
Okay. Would you like to start with Jim Tim? I mean Nicole.
Sure.
I'll go if you want. It's up to you.
Yeah, you go first. I'll go after you. Give me a chance to shuffle the cards for it.
Nicole, what have I got for you, Nicole? Nicole, all over the place. The future, the past, what's going on? Distractions everywhere. I got head pressure everywhere, Nicole. Okay. This is wishing how things should be, thinking things should be another way, wants, desires, all that stuff. We get caught up in it. We're human. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. You know what? I've got another card saying here, look, time for you to come present. I've got all these cards, all these beautiful cards inverted. I've got Be a King inverted, which is authority. Okay? I've got be a queen, inverted, which is nurture. Self-love, nurture. I've got, grow together. I've got knowledge is power. I've got all these amazing cards, and they're all inverted. Right, and they're all surrounding one card, here and now. This is about being present. These cards are about being honest to oneself. These cards say knowledge is power, but, we can have all the knowledge in the world, but unless we apply it, I've got this little anxiety tingle in my heart at the moment. And it feels sad. It feels like a little inner child that's just crying out, just screaming out to be heard. Okay? This is that part of us that wants the best for us, that part of us, that happy-go-lucky part in the middle of us is just screaming out and going, why? Nicole, there's a part of yourself that you've got to get in touch with. Okay, because it just feels like there's cycles going, there's cycles running, and it just feels like the deep in the inside, there's just this little girl that's just screaming out, saying, "Can you please love me? Can you please love me?" We get so caught up in life that we just go into survival mode, and we go from one thing to keep us occupied. The next thing, if I just get this, I'll feel better. When this happens, I'll be better. When I just get in this space, and we're everywhere but where we need to be. And that's knowing ourselves and loving ourselves and getting in contact with ourselves. Okay. I mean, I don't know what to say, Nicole. It's just this. I'm just getting this inner sadness. Cool. The undeserving villain. Okay, you know what this card is? This is basically advice. When this card comes up, it's talking about advice. And it's not talking about that people are trying to give us the wrong advice. But we get advice from people, we get readings from people, we get this and that from people, we ask people, what about this? What do you think I should do? And it's going to be based on their experience and their truth. Okay? But with the nurture card and the authority card coming in inverted, this is saying it's going to be about your truth, Nicole. This is for something for you to find, for you to exercise, to grow within. I've got, the unorthodox approach. That's saying, look, the way you're going about things, it needs a shake-up. But I've got the key to wisdom here. This is saying, look, without wisdom, what have we truly got? Because there's a knowing, there's an understanding somewhere, but it seems like it's getting walked over. Okay, this is the internal struggle with oneself. And the way these cards are, this is a cry out to your inner self, your higher self, the inner child saying, what about me? What about me? And at the end of the day, it ain't going to be the angels that are going to fix it. It ain't going to be someone to give you a healing to fix it. It's going to be you going within to fix it. Okay? So it's all on your plate at the moment. Well, and like the last card I've got for you is allow yourself to receive. One of the greatest blocks in our ability to manifest our greatest desires is an ability to allow ourselves to receive. This card asks you to take some time to identify any inner beliefs, perceptions, and attitudes that stop you from receiving, and one by one, remove these resistances. I hope that's assisted you.
Hi, Jim, Tim. I can't remember what your actual name is. Michelle?
Nicole.
Sorry, Nicole. So the first card that came out for you was Divine Healing. Honor your sensitivity, retreat to recharge and heal. Your light can support others. So until you actually retreat and recharge, your light will be dimmed. And I feel like your light really is quite dimmed. Like my base feels very low in energy, and my stomach actually feels like it's turning, and it just doesn't feel. It just feels like there's a lot of emotions just swirling around in there. So, if you were to look at anything that when it says honor your sensitivity, look at the things that you are sensitive to. As Brooke was saying, finding our limiting beliefs and where things come from. So quite often, if we figure out what our triggers are and our sensitivities are, we can feel when they come on that there's an emotion attached to them. So the same trigger always has that same emotion. And quite often, without, putting too much thought into it, we can quite often realize where those triggers come from by just feeling the emotion that triggers them. So, if you can do that and just give your inner child a big hug and tell them it's okay. They don't need to be defending you anymore. They don't need to be looking after you anymore. And that, you're an adult and you're safe, okay? So retreat to recharge and heal is really important for you. You really need to get those emotions under control. You need to just, sort of stop letting what the outside world, anything that's happening around you, stop letting it affect you. So the Nine of Pentacles here with the Seven of Pentacles, I feel very much like you need to start working on your own self-love. So, looking within yourself and just realizing that we're all here for a reason. The universe didn't put any single one of us here by mistake. We were given our traits, our personalities, every little part of ourselves, because the universe decided that we were needed here with all of those traits, with all of our experiences. Okay, so just start looking at yourself and realizing how beautiful you are and loving yourself. So the Nine of Pentacles and the Seven of Pentacles is telling me that you really need to work on that. Feeling secure within yourself and confident. You don't need to rely on anybody else. You never have needed to, whether it be for outside approval or for everyday means. You just have so much beautiful energy. Just need to get those emotions in check. And I don't know if you are actually thinking about studying, learning, or collaborating with other people. If you are thinking about collaborating with other people or learning or anything like that, as soon as I looked at those cards, that was when I felt the butterflies in my stomach. So whatever it is that you're thinking about doing, don't hold yourself back. Just let yourself go out there and do it. Whether it be learning a new skill, going and learning a new craft, or joining a hobby group, whatever it might be, just let yourself get out there and do it. Stop putting all these worries and these nervous thoughts in the way of the things that you want to do for yourself. Okay, so it's time that you started forgetting about everything else outside of you and just building your own solid base, thinking about what it is that you need to do for you. Okay, so the last card I got was the Mouse. Be persistent and incisive. and all obstacles will be overcome. So anything that is worrying you or holding you back, you just keep chipping away at it with the Seven of Pentacles there. You know, keep planting those seeds and putting that work in towards what you want, what is for you. Okay. So yeah, thank you. I hope that assisted.
You can't. All I'm going to say to you is, I've said this to you once before. That is all I want to do. Too much. You're way too much in your head, too confused. And there's nothing for me to add other than what's already been said. I hope you paid attention. The rest of it is too many directions to go to pull you back from the possibility. You're scattered. When you're ready to understand for yourself, what is it you want? Angela's just said it. Find out what it is that you want, because your mind is it's everywhere. There's not much more than that.
And just remember, you really are beautiful. The universe doesn't make mistakes. The universe doesn't put anybody down here by mistake.
Yeah, it looks like it a lot of sometimes. Not unicorn.
Yeah. But unicorns and fairies. Sorry, I can't go. Oh, let's just...
At least they put them like 3 dimensions over.
It's
So, but we go around in cycles, Nicole, and if we don't, we're the only ones that can break the cycles. Okay. And we work there. We're gonna love ourselves, like with this, the nurture card. We've got to love ourselves and nurture ourselves and want the best for ourselves, where we actually take the steps to, like, you know, think outside the box and get curious to make changes. Otherwise, we get to the end of our lives and go, "Look, I'm still where I was before, except the scenery's different and TV's changed and we look older." That's all that happens.
Nicole, what's your focus been recently? What have you been doing lately? Because it's something that you've done that sort of that has really affected you. Look for that which is looking. That's where you'll find yourself. When you find yourself, just know that's not it.
I think it's more important to lose yourself than it is to find yourself.
Technically.
Technically. If we want to know who we are, if we want to find who we are, we cannot use what we've been told. Otherwise, we're only working with what we've been told, and once we've accepted something, it's still going to be based on what we've been told. So we're not really knowing who we are or what we are. We're just accepting that somebody else knows better than what we do. So we use the words that we've been given to acknowledge we did not associate with those words, therefore we're left with associates with anything. Every word we use, every letter, everything that you could possibly imagine right this moment. It's something that one can be aware of. And what one is aware of, that's where we start to shift, because being aware of something, one cannot be what one is aware of. So we can speak of words that one has been given with the association that one believes it is that word with its association, or acknowledge that's a belief, that's an educated word that we use. Are we that word? Are we going to associate to that word? Is that our belief because we use it constantly? Or do we acknowledge now that that word itself is what we've been given? Someone said, this is what the universe is. Has anyone ever questioned it? Does anyone know what the word universe means? Or is it just the association that we have based on that
Hi,
education?
Tina.
So when we're working to know oneself, how do we know oneself if we're associating it to what we've been told? Because then we're still left with being what somebody else tells us we are.
Watch out putting comments like that, Nicole, because what did someone say the other day? They're no bad pets. There's just bad owners. Like that's
Like
it. No
me.
judgment. Why do you need to know your guides' names? It's just you and your higher self. If you need to go external, you'll always be going
everything
external.
is everything that we believe we know is still that belief. We start to work on knowing who we are and aiming to understand ourselves. Again, are you going to use what you've been told? How do you know yourself? Who would you say you are without using what you've been told? If you really want to go to knowing oneself, there's always going to be that which is aware of. So how do you know yourself? Would you be what you have? Would it be that which you're seeing? Would it be that which you're feeling? Would it be any form of experience that you are having? Would that be who oneself is? Would oneself be, again, the experience that one is having, which is based on their education? You say you have a body. What is a body? So how do you know what a body is? How do you associate to that which you have been told? So to know oneself, how do you really want to, how and where do you go to know yourself? Where would you look? Would it be that which you are seeing, or would it be that which sees it? What is self? What is a soul? You have a soul. So again, is it that which you have? If you have a soul, you have a body, you have a higher self, you have all these things, who is it that has it? You're possessed. We all keep speaking about knowing ourselves, or wanting to know, wanting to know. Well, yeah, great. Know. Who is it that's knowing? What is it that you're knowing? How did you come to know it? Do you really know it? Who's experiencing this moment? I mean, how would you become aware that this moment that one is experiencing is actually a memory? Yes, please, I'll have one.
Coffee.
Because my mug's empty as well. Well, again, nothing is observable and known. But when we're speaking of words, is it a word? What is nothing? How do you know what nothing is? How do you actually get to understand yourself with everything that you're using at this moment? What does nothing mean? What is nothing? So you try working with the different words. Does it really matter what words one works with? Yeah. We scared her away.
There she is. Oh, now she's going for the door. Oh, now she's dancing. You're not getting paid extra to dance. I'm telling you now. Um, unless if anyone wants to donate to see Angela dance, I've got no problem with that, mate.
Well,
It's no skin off my nose.
Look, you know, when we're speaking of depth, going deep into something and acknowledging certain things, what is a word? You have to go to a point where words are just sounds. Without sound, well, if one is aware of a feeling, no. So when one to know oneself, you get to a point where you acknowledge what you are not. So it's not really knowing who you are; it's knowing what you are not. And by knowing what you are not, there's an awareness of what one is that is not what one knows. So again, it'll sound like a riddle because it's not really a riddle, but it sounds it. Knowing is not what is known. Observing is not what is observing. Experiencing is not an experience. A feeling is an experience. There's the experiencer and that which is being experienced, called the feeling at this moment. So no, it is not that which is being experienced. What is an experiencer? Again, not what one is experiencing.
It's like, people are like, well, how to rise in vibration is one that a lot of people say. I'm trying to rise in vibration, and then we pile on more stuff. It gives us more attachments, more thoughts, and we pile it on and we pile it on. We pile on. We get heavier and heavier and heavier. And is that how we lighten ourselves? We're gonna strip it back, people. We're gonna strip away all the crap. We're gonna let go of it, strip it away, and lighten the load, lighten ourselves. It's about detaching.
Oneself, oneself is the absence of belief. It is not a belief. It is not what one thinks it is. It is not based on your education. It is not an experience. So we're having an experience. Yes, there's that which is called the experiencer. And the experiencer has got nothing to do with the experience. So, can you work with that aspect of what is the experiencer? It's not the experience. If it's been experienced, it's not that. So, we say we want to know, we say we want to raise our vibration. We don't want to raise anything because we are of the highest vibration that there is. We want to detach ourselves from the beliefs which are masquerading that vibration that we naturally are. How do we do that? Stop believing what you're being told. It's simple as that. Forget your education. Your education is just your distraction. Any word that you're using, every belief, no matter what it is, that itself is a distraction. That's all the jewels in the cave. There's a little candle somewhere, an old lantern in the corner somewhere. Go for that. All the gifts, all the little shiny objects. Most people always go for that. Well, look, here's a gift, here's a tool, here's something I can use. No. So know oneself. Let go of what you believe it is. Experience. Be aware that one is experiencing. One is the experiencer, not the experience. One is the believer, not the belief. And work with that. Again, to be aware that this moment is an actual memory. You observe this moment. Can you hold on to this moment, or is this moment ever changing? You say, how would you be aware that you're in a memory right this moment? How would you be aware that you're actually in a dream? How would you know you're in a dream if everything that you're doing is based on the dream itself? Yeah, can you pull yourself out of it?
Who told you that, Nicole? Do you know that, or is that what you've been told?
My turn for coffee.
3 people in one body. That seems a bit odd. Having a question to connect to the heart, the mind. Well, what we have to do is think with the heart and feel with our mind. Okay, that's the whole Angelita, where we don't let, because what happens is the emotion comes in, and when we feed it in our head, and that dictates to our heart how we feel. We got to reverse that. Until we start to separate ourselves from our thoughts, which is the whole point of meditation, is to start to gain that clarity. That's why these people go into the caves and they sit there for days and days and meditate, and weeks and meditate all day, every day. That is just so they can start to separate themselves from the thoughts, because you think your thoughts are all yours. You think your emotions are all you. This is who Angelita is. You know, this is what we all go through. We think that we're our thoughts. And basically what happens is, this is what they talk about. It's like being somebody training, and our whole identity is based on basically our trauma and our psychosis that we have created from our experiences. That's who we think we are. And we're not that. That's just the experience. And then no one can tell us, no, that's me. And then we judge ourselves from what we think. And it's not even, half the time, it's not even us. How many times have you been in a really good spot, Angelita, where you have been in a real good spot, and then you're talking to someone, everything's real nice, and then suddenly a real far out thought comes into your head. And you're like, dear God, how could I think something like that? We've all had it happen. It's not always us. I was talking to someone one day, and and this was a spiritual person. I was in a great space. I was in a great zone. And then out of nowhere, all these bloody thoughts started coming into my mind, and I'm like, what the hell's going on? And she was a very switched on spiritual person. I said, look, I don't know, but for some reason I'm getting all these dirty thoughts come into my head out of nowhere, like it's getting bombarded. And she was like, oh, no, that's just me. I haven't got a mind. She just kept speaking. Like it's not always us. Until we can start to separate ourselves from our thoughts and understand that we're not our thoughts. We're trapped in the matrix.
I used to find when I first started focusing on my heart, so I'd clear my mind and I would just focus all of my thought and all of my energy onto my heart. And the longer I'd sit there with my energy focused on my heart space, that was when I'd quite often get those random thoughts. You think, where did that come from? Like, oh, wow, I needed that. I needed to know that. And it was quite often I find now I just focus my energy back to that space and the answers just come through. But in the beginning, it was a matter of not training myself, but just making myself focus my energy onto my heart and sort of feel like I was breathing out of my heart, and that, you know, all my thoughts were going there. After time, I found that the more you do it, the more you focus that energy there, the more quickly you can just click into it when you want to. So it's like everything. It's just practice, you know. Like if you say, how do I listen to my heart, or how do I focus energy on my heart? It's all about practice. It's not like it's just going to happen overnight, but
Keep
the more
reminding
you do
yourself.
it,
Keep catching yourself. Be aware of what you're doing. Keep catching yourself and reminding yourself.
yeah, and don't get down on yourself if you're like, oh, I drifted back into thought again. It's just being aware of it and going, okay, cool, going back to that space, and then over time you'll get there. You'll stay there longer and longer and longer without drifting back into thought.
But going,
Later.
you can do all the. Go.
Finish what you said.
No, I was going to say we can do all the meditation we want in the world, but if we don't catch ourselves, it's when we're in day-to-day life. If we don't call ourselves out and learn to control ourselves in those situations, in the day when we're dealing with people or we're going about our business. I mean, we can all do it when we've got meditation music, high vibrational music on. We're in the room, got the incense going, we're centered, we're meditating, feel great. But it's being in that space when we're out doing the shopping, being able to be that centered when we're going down the street or we've got family yelling at us. You know, we've got to be centered we've got to pull ourselves back to be centered always, all the time, not just when we're doing the work. Then it's like we're a tourist. Oh yeah, I can do the part. You know, we don't want to be a tourist. We want to live this. It's a life choice. It's something we have to. As Stathi says, it's 24/7. It's not just on the weekends. It's not just church on Sunday. We've got to, and like when you take it to work, like when you go to work, the energy around you at work, this is where the perfect place to master it. So you start creating, you get that clarity at work when it's under pressure. Stop detaching from other people's energies. It's just their energies. It's like whatever. And then when you can center yourself in that field, that's when people are going to get uncomfortable about being shitty around you. I had that work. I'd have people just like be rah rah rah, and they'd come up and they'd be really aggressive for no reason. Then they'd walk off quick, and they'd come back and say sorry, or they'd come in angry and then they'd just stop themselves because I was in that space. You've got to be that space. You've got to be that light, not just when you all the time. That's what we get. Takes practice. Work, grasshopper.
When one can bring oneself to the point of an awareness, Angela, this applies to
Wait, like you didn't say my name.
when one is aware that one is focusing on the body, it is not about what we are focusing on, it's about being aware of it. Now, what we're aware of is an experience, we call it the human experience. Being that awareness of the experience that one is having, and one is having the experience with that which one has, and one has a body. No. As one is aware that one has this body, no, the vessel, no, that which is aware uses to experience. This moment, as I speak, each word I stated is past tense in your mind, a memory of this moment. Everything that you are doing right now, you are listening, you're observing, past tense already. Each second that is passing is past tense. Tick tock, past tense. To be aware of the moment as it's unfolding, dull, is just to observe. The experience is occurring as it occurs. The observer is observing, and one is aware of the focus one has. Now, dull. Everyone focuses on the mind, on the thoughts. Where focus goes, energy grows. Focus on the body with no thought. If you're thinking, be aware you are thinking. Bring your focus back to the body. The body is constantly in this moment. One is aware of the moment and everything included. Dull. That which one experiences, one is aware it is an experience. One does not associate to the experience, but acknowledges it as an experience. The thought is an experience. The awareness is the reality. The awareness is constant. Everything else is changing other than the awareness. We are aware of this moment as we're aware of the moment that was, not the moment that will be, for it is yet to come. Dull. The rest of it is all in one's mind. All we have is this, being aware of that which was. The rest of it is all in one's mind. Other than what is occurring right this moment, dull. Dull. Detach from that which you are aware of. Detach. It is all about detaching. Detach from the belief. You are the believer, not the belief. Dull. Oneself cannot believe. Oneself cannot be experienced, or oneself is the experiencer of the moment unfolding. Dull. The rest of it, again, all in your mind. Dull. Meditation is to bring you into the form of awareness, being aware of what you have, utilizing that which you have, not that which you have using you. Your focus is your energy. Where you focus, you give energy. Bring your focus back to yourself, your heart center, your center. Be present, be centered, be now, be aware now. Dull, dull, dull. Dull. So we can be aware of much that is occurring around us. It is when we attach ourselves and think, oh, yeah, okay, yeah, you are feeling it. We could do, everybody feels it. It's a moment that one claims it to be themselves. When you state, I am angry, instead of stating, I feel anger, well, you're claiming to be something. Well, you're going to experience that which you're claiming to be. We are the experiences of our own reality as we think it shall be. How are you thinking? Well, that's how it is for oneself. To know oneself detached from that which you've been told. You've been told what they want you to believe you are. If you associate to what you believe you are, that's what you are. That's your experience. That's how you think. Your thinking is not your own. Your words are not your beliefs are not your own. You believe them. Someone told you. You believe. Great. Now you have a belief. Who are you that has a belief? You associate to the belief, do you associate to the words, do you associate to the education? You're educated. Good. Great. You can speak. Good. You can associate to the words now that you have. Is that what you are? What word do you want to use to state that you are? What word that somebody has told you what it means and it's associated to believe you are that? Is belief do you want to use? Oh, na woman na kiumat ios. Ianaya kiuman dishionot isama. Yuch natawan. Iumatawan no ko. Thou can believe. You can be what you believe you are because you've been told. You can be aware you've been told. Now it's time to look for who you are, not what you've been told.
You know, Angelita, which really helps me center, and the more I work at it, and the less I detach from the story, is I have to make that choice to not feel sorry for myself. And then I come into gratitude. And then I come into inner peace. It's hard to get to that point. Doesn't always happen. But I've got to get there.
If you look at it, the name that you believe you are, if you look at it like this, the name is the story. It's a book. It's a story you're reading, a story you're experiencing. Who's reading it? Who's experiencing the story? You just close the story right this moment and thinking back about the story that they've just experienced. Who's experiencing this moment, which is passing? Who is aware?
Who would like to donate for a reading? But ask yourself, is it a reading? Is that what you need? Is that what will assist? What will assist you? Not my cats. They have no inner peace. Okay, I'm going to run a number. Courtesy of... I'll run a number. Let's run a number of the lady that we couldn't get her banned. And now she's got so much power that she just bans us. That would be ban Cindy. Cindy, would you like to put a number up? People, we will have a freebie to give away. Courtesy of the exchange of energy from Cindy. So she'll put up a number, and whoever gets the lucky number will get the lucky reading. So people pick a number between 20 and 40, not 10 and 20, and not 40 and 70, but between 20 and 40. Okay, not 71 or 73, but between 20 and 40. I'm trying to confuse you. Hey, Mandy. Thank you, Mandy. You see it?
Why didn't you get a reading from Angelita today?
Who?
Brianna.
No, I was at work and I just went on for a second. Oh, you're talking to someone else?
I'm certain Brianna got a reading today from Angelita.
Wasn't it good enough, Brianna? Oh my God! If as long as Angelina's not here to see that, my God! Oh, I've got an idea. Why don't you two read me?
Read you.
Yeah. Okay. No, it'd be too much homework. It'd just be more homework for me. I've got enough on my plate.
Don't get lost in the energies that are around at this moment.
I know. Are they fun? Very peaceful.
There's lots of repeating numbers, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry about it. They're probably stuck in cycles. Ah! Sorry, I'm a razzer. I'm a stirrer. Gets me in trouble a lot.
Reading him to see. That's his distraction. His
What is
avoidance.
avoidance?
That's the Resla aspect of it. Yes.
Yeah, I can just change the subject.
That's what jumps in. Exactly. That's what jumps in to pull you away, to distract, to create a different vibration. It's done very unconsciously most of the time as well. It's when the energy starts to get fairly intense.
Would you like to go first on this one?
Oh, Mandy. No, I can't go. Yes, I can.
Why not?
There are two big furry things around you. One begins with an M and the other one begins with, I think it's a D. I see an auction happening for these two big furry animals. No, I will not read them. Angela, you can start with
So Mandy, Odin. So if Odin's psychic instinct, your third eye is open. See the truth for what it is and follow your intuition. I think that kind of goes without saying, really, Mandy, that just trust in your intuition more and the things that come through for you. Okay. So try not to be too harsh with your words and your actions, especially if you feel like people around you are not showing fairness and equal give and take. And just bring your energies back to yourself. Focus on yourself with a self-love. And get rid of anything that you're focusing on that makes you feel lack, especially financial lack. Stop focusing on anything that's financial. So what you need is always going to be provided for. You have a lot of amazing energies. So it's almost like I'm getting the message that whatever it is that you're worried about, you're going to be provided for. I almost feel like it is. I don't know why Stathi said auction, but it's almost like something, if you've got a little dream, something you want to do. I almost feel like there's a whole heap of happiness there in that Nine of Pentacles, and that you're worried about making some sort of decision. If it's something that you really want to do, just do it. Just do it like a Nike ad. Now, put down any burdens, any worries from the past or from childhood. You want to stop focusing on the unseen, because anything that you need to know, your intuition will show to you. Okay? Because you are the magician. You have a lot of energy, a lot of power, a lot of resources inside of you, and you have the means to do whatever it is that you want to do. So that's all I'm getting for you. But I'm actually feeling really warm and flushed and happy for some reason. So I'm not sure what that's about. But yeah, just go and do what you want to do. Maybe you'll have that warm, flushed, happy feeling too.
Did you just get another delivery of new crystals?
I think so. You got I know Mandy. Mandy's got two beautiful dogs, Muggles and Darcy, M and D, two big white beasts around her. So I actually know Mandy. I was house sitting for her this weekend, and Mandy does sell crystals. And a lot more.
Maybe that's what the warm, tingly feeling was, because it felt very right.
A tractor. Okay, yeah. There is that.
Unless it's one of those old.
There's a lot's happening for Mandy at this moment, without going too much into. I don't have much to say to Mandy. I tell Mandy as it is. F off. The auction that I mentioned was auctioning her dogs.
Not so you can take them home with you.
No, actually, when she goes away, because I've got the house and I've got the dogs, they keep telling me that I'm going to auction her dogs off while she's away. That's what the auction is.
Oh.
Mandy self.
That's why I said I'm not going to read Mandy, because I know Mandy, and I tell her what it is every time I'm with her. So, but Mandy does sell crystals, and she's got a show Friday nights. She sells them on live, and she does the expos as well.
Oh, that could be
She's always
dangerous.
getting a supply. She's always getting supply. Well, that one's there. Well, you saw it last time. That's from Mandy. The big ones from Mandy. Others here that I have are from Mandy. So, yeah, Mandy's my crystal supplier.
Looks like Brooke has something. No?
Yeah, I have a pouch with a tower of rhodonite that's encased in quartz. Very rare from Mandy. Not the pouch, what's in the pouch.
Yes, crystals are traveling from Mandy around.
Yep. Mandy. Look. Trust your instincts at the moment. Trust your intuition, your instincts. There's a choice that you'd be working on at the moment, or a choice you're trying to make. You might be in indecision because you're overthinking it and giving it too many options. Okay, but there'll be. It's like your instincts are saying, "Hey, go in this direction," but you're looking back at the past, going, "Oh yeah, but this and that and that and that and this maybe not a good idea." But at the moment, it's time to start following your instincts. It's time to start following your passions, because there seems to be too much. There seems to be ideals or experiences from the past at the moment that are placing limitations on you from really embracing the energy of your passion at the moment. Okay, it's just like selling yourself short. So there'll be a little bit of inner conflict, which you just have to get on top of. And it's just trust your instincts, trust your intuition. They're bang on. Okay, so if you find yourself overanalyzing something, and it takes you into the past, okay, just go, okay, that's in the past, that's for a reason. That was a different time. Now's a different time. Start trusting your intuition more. Start trusting your instincts more. Okay, because because the more you do that, the more synchronicities are going to come, and they're going to just start tonight ignite all sorts of passion, all sorts of new fire, and start to bring more energy in to the stuff that you love to do, but which will open more doors and open more corridors for you at the moment. But that starts with you it's almost just shutting down your mind and start really just going on that base instinct and that intuition that comes in. Okay, because as soon as we have to go into reasoning, then we're in our head, and that's when, the autumn card down the bottom, release the old and rest. So usually that's the old stuff coming in to wrestle with the new stuff. Going, you can't do that. We couldn't do that, could we? Why not? Why not? There's there's stuff that's been energetically open for you, but it's the past that's trying to talk you out of following certain instincts and that. And it's just really important because, as I said, as we start to move into those synchronicities, and then when the energy flows and then our passions ignite, and then suddenly we're in a whole different space and going, wow. Okay, starting to go, wow. But main action card is the winter card. Okay, we're coming out of winter. Okay, there's other needs that you need to take care of. Okay, self-nurture, self-love in all sorts of other areas. Okay, time to get on top of that. Time to get on top of that. It's come up as important for you. Okay, and your last card is boring. Hold space. I'll get you a better one than that. Okay, hold space. So that means don't be swayed. Don't be swayed. Don't be swayed by the energies around you. Don't be swayed by the people around you. We've got to not to take it on board. We've got to hold that space and stand in that sovereignty. Okay, but self-care, 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 self-care. And we tend to perceive miracles only when personal desires are met. But when we look back, almost all of us will be able to recall a crisis or a challenge or a challenge that untimely proved to be a miraculous turning point and an extraordinary gift. This card asks you to see miracles that surround you right now in everything and every situation. So that card is basically saying, good, bad, right or wrong, stuff that pisses us off, stuff that traumatizes us, stuff from the past, stuff that's a pain in the ass, it can be the catalyst that we need sometimes to make that change in our life that we're truly looking for. I hope that's helped you.
Yes, Mandy. Hey, Muggles. Emma, are you still around?
Who?
Emma.
Those dogs, he's probably traumatized those dogs, Mandy. Should have seen them.
They get traumatized every time Mandy gets back.
They were chasing a helicopter in the backyard, and Stathi was hassling them.
No, so these two dogs are they're chilled out. I had to go up to them the other day. They were so chilled. Walk up to him and just, hey, Mr. D, are you okay? Rolls over on his back. He's like, yep, scratching my belly now. Chilled, man. Just really two big, chill puppy dogs. They're huge. They do stand in good height. You're gorgeous.
Okay.
Muggles
Next
and Mr.
victim.
Darcy.
I mean, next person that needs
Next
a
victim.
reading to assist.
Emma, you still around? 55 kilo each. Yeah, that's about. Cool. Emma,
She
do you have a question?
said no.
I know she's here. I can feel her focus at times.
Sorry, Cindy.
Emma, do you have any particular question? What I'll say to you though is this applies to everyone. Emma, I'm directing this one to you now. At this moment, there's a lot of energy around you, heaps of energy. There's so much floating about. You're in a particular area, which is, I know, I am focused. There's where you are at this moment. There's a huge energy shift happening around there, and the energy itself you are feeling. You're feeling certain things around there in your vicinity. All I want to say to you is be aware of the energy. Do not associate with it. Do not focus too much on what you're experiencing or what you're feeling. But that energy is around where you are at this moment. It seems to be pretty intense.
Jerica isn't even a real name.
Back and forth. Okay, no questions. I didn't think you'd have a question, but I just want you to be aware of that. Don't focus too much on what you're feeling. Just be aware of it because it is around. And that area, for some reason, where you are seems to be more intense, and it's I can feel it through you, if anything else. Just be aware of it. And that's all with that one. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, go buy him a coffee, Emma.
The more you're aware of it, you can work with it, but don't do anything with it in particular. Just be aware of it, and just acknowledge acknowledge the sensations, acknowledge the feelings, but don't associate too much on them. They're constantly changing, so it will increase, decrease, decrease, and the emotions will be experienced accordingly. Don't associate with them. Just the energy around you. And there's a lot of reasons why you're experiencing it as well. I think a youngest one is probably experiencing it as well, more than the others. The little ones will be possibly feeling it as well, but the youngest one I feel more than. That's all there is. So there's nothing really there other than the energies around. That's all we want to say to you. Okay. That's the one.
Tina, you are not a scammer. You're the real deal.
Zava's fine, so I don't focus on it. No need to. Just she's aware of it more than the others.
Well, what are we doing?
What are we doing? Who's next?
I don't know, man. I'm just buzzing at the moment.
I'm even happy to continue.
Oh no! What? Blah blah.
No, I'll be back. I'm going to go to the toilet.
Angela's 1 a.m. at this moment almost.
Oh man.
Is it?
Oh, Tina, I'm gonna want a big long reading.
I'm going to go to the toilet. I'll be back.
You gotta do what you need to do.
I'm sorry, I'm a cheeky monkey. So, who's new here? Who's never had a reading from me that's on the show? Oh, I'm sorry, I'm yawning now.
Energy shift.
Energy shift.
Yeah, energy just shifted. Got that. Lost lights.
It's dropped in frequency.
Yeah, it has. I've lost power everywhere. Interesting. Okay, I'll be right back.
His message.
If I don't do this now, mates, I'll probably lose everything. Hang on a second, running on battery.
Oh no, I just been working all day. My brother went and bought 3 pies: an apricot pie, an apple and blueberry pie, and an apple crumble. I don't know why, but I bought coconut yogurt, so I'm gonna heat some up after. Big dob. Okay. People, if you'd like extended reading, Jane, no. If we run another number, we'll run another number. Unless Angela wants to pick someone.
We'll run a number. Leave it up to fate.
Yep, fate.
Or
Okay.
fate, if that's what you want to call it.
Okay, let's run a number courtesy of. What have we got here? Yeah, I've got nothing new. Okay, people, pick a number between 1 and 15. Pick a number between 1 and 15. Okay, none of you got it, so that's it. The giveaway's gone now. Okay, have another go. Mandy, don't start. Don't start. 4870. Between 1 and 15 people, magic number gets a magic reading. Good morning, everyone from America or England or wherever it's early. Maybe not. No one wants it. No one wants the magic number. I think I just can it. Let's just can that number. What do you reckon?
I don't know. I think someone got close if you want to add up numerology as a hint.
What? I have friends that are numerologists, so I don't have to do numerology.
I'll see if I can send it to Tina.
You can just read Tina if you want.
See if she gets it.
Margaret. Margaret, the thing about life is, you should know this better than anyone. There's always something happening, okay? Always something. Problem is when we wait for all those somethings, when we're always in that thought form of, oh, when I'm through this or when I'm over that, then it'll be fucking brilliant. It'll be rosy. That's a dangerous place to be in because we're always looking to the future, always looking for a destination. Okay, the first card I've got up for you is look at the future, and that's inverted. And that's talking about always being, okay, yeah, look, when I get this, or when that happens, or when they go away, and this and that, it's always looking somewhere else for inner peace, somewhere else to gain that fulfillment. And it's not that people don't piss us off. It's not that we don't go through hard times. It's not that we don't have good times. But at the moment, it's about realizing that inner peace is now, because now is all that exists. Okay, where we want to be is now, because now that's all exists. When are we going to be happy? Now, because that's all that exists. Okay, so this is saying, don't look. The more, I mean, yeah, we've got things that we want to change in our life, or other places we want to be. That's fine. But when it's always something, but there's always something like that in our life, and we've got to get away from that thought. Okay, because then we live for a destination. We live for somewhere else. Okay, and it will be good when this happens. Okay, so this comes up just about pure acceptance, accepting that, you know, we're exactly where we need to be for whatever reason, good, bad, right, wrong, hot, cold, warm. Doesn't matter. Well, I'm glad you've got a comfortable lounge. But it's time. Look, there's more than meets the eye, Margaret. There's more potential there. Okay, I'm just getting that there's low expectations, and there's more at hand. Well, not just more at hand, but there's more potential there than you give credit for. Okay, we can accept where we're at is fine, but a lot of the time is, you know, we still need to make plans for the future. We still need to move forward. We still need to. I mean, I was listening to someone the other day going, oh, you know, it's hard. It's hard where they're at. The money that was coming in, they were like, you know, I've only got this much coming in, and it's hard, and I'd like to do other stuff. And then I know some people in the same situation that'll go, okay, they'll do something else to make money, to get the money they need. All I'm saying is there's action. I've got create and intend here. Intend and create. I've got going within. But the first card is the Stargate is inverted. Set your sights higher. Okay, this is looking at not only looking at the big picture, selling yourself short at the moment. Okay, which means that there's more. There's other timelines there for the taking. It's not that we go and live in the fantasy of everything getting better. We put that in chat and they create. But what we're going to do is we're we're gonna. I'm just going to go to your action card. Make plans and focus. What do you truly desire, Margaret? What do you truly desire? What do you truly want? What do you truly hope for? What do you want to create in your life? Okay? Regardless of what's going on, there's always stuff. Because I've got, it's felt like you've been, walking alone for so many years, just fighting and getting exhausted with all the stuff that's going around. That's understandable. Life's like that. And then sometimes we just get so exhausted, we're just like, whatever, don't care, whatever. And sometimes the universe will say to us, I want to create something different. What do you want? What do you want to create for yourself? Okay? So it's almost like close off. It's not close off. The stuff that affects you, that you don't want to affect you, is time to work towards that not affecting you, which is easier said than done, but it's all doable. Because the universe is saying, time for you to create that peace now. Create that peace, make plans, focus. You're the master of everything in your life. You're the creator of everything in your life right now. It's asking you, what do you want to create? And it's asking you to take steps and actions towards creating that. Okay? I hope that's assisted you.
Hi, Margaret. Your first card out was soul expansion. Your consciousness is expanding. You understand the connections between all things. So looking at the spread that's come out after this, I think this is actually showing that you need to look at your own your own connections around you consciously, and look at your understanding of them. Because I have the Lovers here with the Ace of Swords and the Page of Swords. When I clarified that, I got the Two of Cups to the Six of Wands and all these other cards over here in reverse. So when I look at the story that's in front of me, I'm not sure if it's to do with love, relationships, or connections within your life. But I'm feeling like there's a lot of confusion, like you're searching for truth and you're searching for understanding about relationships and things that have happened in the past. And I think that you're putting too much energy into trying to understand what has happened, what other people have done, their actions in the past towards you. So the Two of Cups here with the Six of Wands in reverse, and the Queen of Wands in reverse with the Five of Swords, they all jumped out together. So I'm actually getting a really strong feeling that you've let past hurts in love really bring you down. You've let them in your mind create like your self-worth, or create an image, even if it's not consciously, of how you're judging yourself based on past relationships. So the more I look at this, the more I just feel like you really just need to let go of anything that other people have done, actions that have affected you in the past. And you've actually got the Wheel of Fortune here right at the end. So it's telling me that you're actually in for a new cycle, and that by understanding, the things that have happened in the past and, what they've taught you, where you've come from those experiences, but just understanding more than anything that they don't reflect you. Okay, they may reflect some choices that you've made in the past that don't reflect the person that you are. So just let go of any of those past experiences. Let go of relationships and how people have treated you. You no longer need to accept anything that is not worthy of you. You know, if you're not getting equal give and take, you don't have to accept that. You need to start a new cycle with your relationships, but you also need to start a new cycle with your relationship with yourself. You know, looking at yourself and accepting who you are. You don't need to build your self-worth on anything that's outside of you, anything that you've achieved, or in any way what anybody else thinks, or their actions towards you. Because you've got a lot of beautiful energy and your soul is expanding. So you'll probably be going through like a lot of, self-reflection, shadow work, things like that. I feel like there's a lot of stuff that's coming out of you, and you just need to accept that it is what it is. You know, stop trying to over-analyze it. It's not about whether we were wrong or we were right. It was just an experience and a lesson. Okay. So move on to the next cycle. Let go of everything that's holding you back. Okay, thank you. I hope that assisted you.
As one thinks, that is how one will experience, and what one will experience. It will always be based on your thoughts. You know what you have been through, what you have been focusing on, and how you have felt. Brooke asked you earlier, and I'll ask again on the same question. What do you want? You want to continue experiencing what you have just come out of? Because all it takes is for you to keep thinking that way and focusing on this. Everything is based on our thoughts. Everything that you're thinking and all of that which has, which is not happening now, what you focus on, which has already happened. All that, all the experiences, they're over with. It's up to you what you do from here onwards. Is there another challenge, another distraction that you're going to look for to put your focus on, or is it going to be now focusing on you? As I mentioned, it's time to focus on you. You're the important person, not what has happened. What has happened is past. It's time to bring it back to you. Take responsibility for your thoughts, yourself. Accept yourself for where you are now. The rest of it, as it unfolds, accept it. That which is present, to accept it, deal with it, let it go. The more you hold on to things, the more you're going to feel that heaviness that you have been feeling. It's still around you, you're still trying to pull away from it. Yes, there is a calmness to you at this moment. It's right there. And you're aware of it. It's what you try to keep pulling yourself away from. You can bring the focus back to yourself. Past is the past, the present is the present. What's coming, you can imagine whatever you want. This is what you have at this moment. And this is the moment that you accept. And the rest of it, good, it's behind you now. So what is it you want? Start looking at that. Start focusing on the positive. Start accepting yourself for who you are, where you are at this moment. And look at positive and not what has happened, and you'd like to see it. And things will start to shift. If you think, so thank you. There's a lot of work to do. When we speak of shadow work, there's much of it.
But just keep on it.
Is on you now. It's always been on us. So we're responsible for all of it. Yeah, keep on it. Don't let the past dictate.
I don't know, Tonya. I've heard things about Canada.
My favourite cousins are from Canada.
Thanks for backing me up there. How are you guys feeling?
I'm actually feeling quite tired, so for me it's about 1:30, I think.
Me too.
Yeah, maybe it's probably it is. What is it? You're close to 1:30. I would call it's been 2 hours. So it's
Yep.
2:09. Say good night.
Well, thank you, everyone. Thank you, Angela, for coming on the show reading.
Thanks for having
Thank you,
me,
Stathi.
guys.
That's okay.
Thank you, Angela.
That's okay. You behaved yourself. You put up with
Anytime.
nice crap bags. Too easy. Okay, thanks everyone, and have a lovely night, and we'll see you next time we're looking at you. Bye.
Good night.